Daylight, mobbing on Earth, boy. Showtime. Hey.
D-Mark got that heat.
Curtain call, let the show begin. I know it's hurting y'all the way I'm going in. I need a murder dog covered for the times I was killing shit and y'all ain't know it then. Working hard, long hours in the trap, in my bag like some dope again. It's that blue magic, no Nicky Bonds cut. Niggas know who I'm doper than. Everybody, old nigga, new nigga, only see a challenge in a few niggas. Lot of y'all can wipe the smile off your face on the mob. It ain't none of you niggas. I just put the switch on the new blicker. Rapid fire spitting, it's a boost nigga. 2 Street for a lot of you niggas. Hard knocks, life, volume 2 jigger. Back on my shit again. Endurance, I tire him out like it's Mitchell, and I'm about to put on that shit again. I was trying to be humble, but fuck it, I'm still a man. Don't rap like a kilogram. They finna spin this up top like a ceiling fan. I'm about to pop like a trigger man. From that hustling stock, so I'm all about my dividends. It's showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga, pulling on a nigga. I should pull a Kevin, kick her in the titty. Nah, I'm being petty, baby, I'm just kidding. Going with your move, I ain't even tripping. I had groupie back when I was in the kitchen. Had 3 county, catching what I'm pitching. Montana way, started with the dishes. Out of town played, not the pocket trip. Real G's round me, we don't do the fiction. Niggas rub me wrong, it gon' be some friction. It gon' be a spark, I'ma stand on business. Ain't no favorite op, I can't stand them niggas. They gon' lay in dirt, candlelight visuals, face on the shirt. Now you get the picture, Psalm 23. Now you get the scripture, homies, they gon' fly. They done got religion. I be outside, functioning with killers. Police outside, hunting for the dealer. Bitches mouth wide, hungry for a nigga. I ain't even dropped no money on the take. A true player, I be turned with the ism. Bad bitches know the vibe I be giving. Fuck the haters and the lies they been telling. They'll make the news at noon 10 and 11. Showtime, it's showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga, showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga.
Yeah. Hey man, say man, it's your boy DAA man, Daylight TV. Back at y'all with another MAFIA material Mobcast. Episode number 75. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th, so thought it's only right. I go Daylight Boys on these niggas. Cut up. What up? Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell if you really mobbing with the content. And shit, I ain't gonna hold y'all. You know what I'm saying? Our first story of the day, you gotta talk about Tucson Phantom, the disappearance of Nacy Guthrie. Alright. Yeah, this is I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wasn't really following this story. I just kept seeing it pop up and I'm like, 80-something-year-old girl. Like, I mean, I understand people going missing is a big thing, but I was like, who's shorty? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Tell y'all what I know now. After doing my due diligence. So, the Tucson Phantom, the disappearance of Nacy Guthrie. Look, man, after, doing my research, like, I enjoy a good locked room mystery as much as the next algorithm. But the reality in the Catalina foothills is getting increasingly grim and deeply weird. So come to find out, they're now 13 days into the disappearance of Nacy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today's Show host, Savannah Guthrie. While the FBI is busy playing, enhance on the grainy doorbell footage, the rest of the world is wondering how does an octogenarian with a pacemaker just vanish into the Arizona scrub, my nigga. Timeline of the disappearing act, it's the detail that gets you. The mundane turning into, a macabre, so to speak, just in a span of hours. So January 31st at 9:48 p.m., Nacy's son-in-law, Thomaso Sioni, dropped her off after a lovely dinner, games and family time, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's the last person to see her. February 1st at around 1:47 a.m., doorbell camera is manually disconnected. Someone knew exactly where the off switch was. Also on February 1st at 2:28 a.m., this is the part that actually gives me a glitch in my empathy chip. Her pacemaker app disconnects from her phone. Now, that's not just a signal drop. That's a digital flatline of her presence in that house. Right? Now, fast forward. About 10 hours later, around 12:03 p.m., it's noontime, the family realizes something is wrong when she misses her virtual church service. Right? Now, the FBI have finally recovered some footage, and our lead suspect looked like he did, some pre-abduction shopping exclusively at a suburban strip mall. Yeah, he might be like the Walmart commando or some shit. So, height and build, 5'9" to 5'10", average build. The gear, a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack, Walmart finest. Got mask, gloves, and armed with a holstered handgun. Now, there are bloodstains on the porch confirmed to be Nacy's, and a pair of black gloves found 2 miles away. Now, that's one, right? Then there's a note on the ransom, like a ransom note. The whole fucking circus. So between a $6 million Bitcoin demand that knew about specific broken floodlight and I think they said it was a $67,000 like pay me for the name offer on TMZ. I guess they was trying to like, the signal to noise ratio, you know what I'm saying? Like just a mess. Everybody, the girl famous, you know what I'm saying? Like she on the Today Show. And let's not forget, Derek Colella, I think his name is, right? The Hawthorne man who decided to see if the family would respond with a hope text. Pro tip for humanity. If a family is grieving and kidnapping, maybe don't A-B test their trauma for fun. Just a thought. Now, the who and the why, like this is my dark curiosity. This doesn't feel like a random wrong house situation. An 84-year-old woman living alone in a high-end neighborhood is a target? Sure. But the level of surveillance tampering suggests intent. Now, my Savannah angle is like Savannah Guthrie isn't just, morning show host. She's a journalist who has spent decades reporting on the world's most powerful and most litigious some of the most powerful people, in the game and shit, in the world, like world leaders, celebrities, you name it, right? So some people are wondering, did she poke the hornet's nest recently in the world of eye for an eye, extreme logic, going after a mother, the ultimate leverage? Then there's the Michael Feldman connection, Savannah's husband. Now, Michael is the heavy hitter in the PR/consulting world. FGS Global/Glover Park Group, I believe, is the company he involved with. He deals with crisis management for the world elites. Basically, he's a cleaner, a fixer. You know what I'm saying? That's a good combination. You know what I'm saying? A fixer and a journalist or whatever. Including past ties to the Depp legal team. You know what I'm saying? And mentions in the Epstein file. However, tangential. You know what I'm saying? Like, when your job is buried in the shadows of corporate and political power, the shadows sometimes follow you home to Tucson. Now, the son-in-law, poor Thomas O'Cione, man, is currently being raked over the coals by the internet, detectives, the brigade, because he was the last one to see it. He dropped off. Now, while the FBI hasn't named him as the suspect, digital pitchforks are out. They looking at that nigga. Now, the bottom line is we're at a 13-day mark. The reward is $100,000. Nacy needs heart medication that she doesn't have. Whether this is a botched robbery or a calculated strike against a high-profile family, the clock isn't just ticking at this point. That shit pounding. And it's kind of fucked up because we just seen the whole situation with Lil Johnson, you know. Now, to keep this strictly focused on the data available for a minute, let's look at, you know, again, like the who and the why through the lens of the current investigative facts and the professional background of Nacy's family. You know what I'm saying? Now, who's Nacy? You know, when an 80, like I said, when an 84-year-old is targeted with this level of technical precision, disconnecting cameras and, you know, monitoring pacemakers, the investigation naturally followed the high-profile nature of her immediate family. You know what I'm saying? Savannah, like, you know, they looked into Savannah Guthrie's reporting, I'm sure, as a lead anchor for the Today Show. Savannah is often the center of massive, contentious stories. Most recently, she interviewed the legal team of Johnny Depp and had been a fixture in reporting on high-stake litigation. Now, in the world of dark humor irony, like I said, a journalist who spends her life seeking the truth might find her own family targeted by those who want their truth buried. Now, Michael Feldman's career, you know, Nancy's other son-in-law, they say he a heavy hitter, world of communications. Feldman is a North American co-chairman of the firm. You know, like I said, handles crisis management, corporation high profile shit. Now, the Epstein mention is like the thing that caught my attention because recently internal documents, the Epstein files from February 2026, mentioned Feldman's name in a 2015 email from Larry Summers suggesting the firm's services for a high-level crisis. I'm pretty sure Epstein had a bunch of high-level crises because, you know, before all of this shit, before he got caught in the joint where he ended up, you know, checking out, that nigga had a case in Florida. And I got to see some of the emails that got leaked. Like, this nigga was on some sick shit. Now, while this is the professional mention, like saying about him being on the island and no shit like that, and, you know, it's from a decade ago, in the current climate of the true crime obsession, it fuels questions about whether his past work for the elite had created enemies. You know, the ransom dynamic, I'm just looking at it. The question is professional or amateur. You know, the investigation is currently wading through a swamp of ransom demand that range from sophisticated to disturbed hoax. Unanswered questions, like my curiosity here, like I don't know, I'm just going over all the scenarios in my mind. It just lies in the technical surgicality of all this shit, man. This wasn't a smash and grab, bro. You know what I'm saying? Investigators have expanded their search to the home of Nancy's other daughter, Annie, where Nancy had dinner just hours before she was taken. So I guess that was Thomas O's you know, thing. Now, the fact that the pacemaker app disconnected at 2:28 a.m. is the most chilling piece of data, because it suggests that the kidnapper was not only aware of her physical vulnerability, but also the digital trail that she left behind. Now, the FBI is now asking for surveillance footage from a 2-mile radius for the entire month leading up to February 1st. This suggests that they believe Nacy was probably being, stalked or cased or, watched for weeks before maybe, the person decided to strike. Now, whether this is a blowback that has anything to do with Savannah's journalism or calculated play against Feldman's high-stake consulting, one thing is clear, bro. Somebody spent a lot of time learning the routines of an 84-year-old woman in the Catalina foothills. And it's just super goddamn weird to me, bro. Like I said, I just read up on all this shit, today, and, took a few notes. Like, this shit is bugged out. Hopefully they find her, hopefully her situation turn out better than Nathan Smith, man. And that shit kind of weird too. Like, I know they saying no foul play. I'm just saying how close he was to the crib and how long they was looking. Like, it just kind of bugged out. Like, he must have immediately. I just want to find out from the medical examiner how long he been in there. But yeah, man, that's a story on Nacy Guthrie, Tucson Phantom, the disappearance. You know what I'm saying? The Mafia Material Mobcast, episode 75. Gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. He a grunt, why he even try? He was out of league in the trunk. Turn him into music, let the speakers bleed. Ain't no front, not these other rappers, I'm a different breed. I'm the one that the street been missing, I got what they need. Why they playing on, we don't. City know what we on. Trapping through the virus, never got a PPP loan. Y'all a bunch of R. Kelly bitches, bunch of peons. Put vagina niggas on the shirt, that ain't no V-long. He was talking crazy to them killers acting cute. Playing with that chicken, then the rooster came to roost. I done seen and done it all before I spit it in the booth. If you a op, don't ever worry about a spittle, get a suit. When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. If your dog is all me, then you can slam dance on that shit. When it come down to that business, you can't stand next to my clique. Vince Carter, coke and water, and the 8 jams in my kit. You ain't never been a hustler, you just panhandling drip. Boy, the fans really falling for the captains, leave me baffled. Giving stripes to all their favorite rappers, knowing that they ratted. Got a tail in the mic and Mary Jean finna tattle me. I'm solid even when they snake me, I ain't never rattled. Yeah, I'm sticking to the code, I ain't never had no pick. Most these niggas really hoes out here telling on they kids. I ain't worried about no get back, you ain't never standing no business. Catch me standing over your nigga from the back, look like I'm pissed. When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get a plan with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking.
Yeah, we back. MAFIA Material Mobcast, episode 75. Hit that like and subscribe button and smash that notification bell if you're really mobbing with the content. We're going to get right into our next spill, which is actually an update. Yeah, man. The Geechi Gotti heist. 3,000 pills, a surveillance, and a high-speed chase. Ooh, motherfucking weed. Ooh, weed. Geechi, what the fuck, man? Shit's like, yeah, because see, this adds a whole new level of every fucking bar to the situation. Because apparently this wasn't just a random stop. Police were literally watching them since they landed at the airport. So here's the update with the specific detail from Westchester, Ohio. You know, the case and the body cam footage. I'm gonna play the body cam footage for y'all real quick. Watch this. Y'all gotta see this shit. Shout out to Polo World 2K content.
We got Polo in the listeners, man. Don't say too much.
Polo World, we live, we back, we direct, we in a building. First and foremost, tap them likes, hype this video, make sure you subscribe now. This Geechi Gotti news, as I said before, is taking the internet by storm. Geechi Gotti was arrested in Ohio. Well, we got the full body cam video. We got that everything. In this video to play, it shows the body cam footage of the officer one of the officers that arrested Geechi Gotti. It showed them picking him up out the snow, and it also, shows him going through his pockets. He ain't have much in his pocket. It looked like he had a ski mask on. Matter of fact, let's check out this video. I'll be right back at the end of this.
Polo World back again with another exclusive.
And that's when they took off on them niggas. Yeah, look like it. Look like it. Yeah. These motherfuckers. Oh, you can't really see this shit like you should go past the time. Oh yeah, they try to blow it on them niggas. What happened? They crashed? Look like.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
They crashed? Yeah, it looked like they hit the divide. Maybe they tried to jump off the highway and hit that motherfucker thing. They look like they right in the middle of that shit.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground! Get your hands in the air! Do not reach for anything. You hear me?
Sagging his pants.
Get down on your face. Put your hands
Get down on
behind your
your
back.
face.
Put both of your hands behind your back.
He don't want to put his face in the snow.
Lay it on your face. I don't care if it's uncomfortable.
He said, I don't care if it's uncomfortable. Yeah, he wanted your fast face down in the snow. That's some cold shit. Literally some cold shit. And he a Cali boy. He ain't used to that shit, nigga.
Get on your face. Give me cuffs up here, CJ, if you can. You want to just throw cuffs on?
Do not move. Get up. That was bad. Get up. Get up. You got another one outstanding?
I'm going to go start looking.
Who's outstanding? You have 4 in the ring. You have 2 in the
Hey, Cincinnati cops, West Texas police, nigga running like it's cancer set. There.
I'm on the other side. You search him easy.
Put on the gloves, do that search.
They ran that direction.
Definitely stay.
That was car for me.
fucking yeah, that nigga shaggy. Crazy. That's why his ass couldn't run. That's why your ass couldn't run. Yeah, look at that shit. This shit is a whole this thing got his whole franchise. Look, he ain't even gotta pull a nigga pins down the ball between. Yo, this is out of line, bro. That's exactly why your ass couldn't run and get away. Damn, bro. That penalty. Hoodie is in uniform.
No offense, man,
Right.
but I'm not taking your word for that. You see why?
I didn't know.
All right. Have a seat.
Oh man.
Yeah. Man, oh man. I gotta tell you. Look at these niggas. All the way in Ohio, so they flew to get that lick. Boy. Yeah, man, like shit. I saw it after after I got off the live yesterday. And I've really spent the last 24 hours trying to process it or reprocess it since we already spoke on it. Like I said, I rock with Gucci. Not Gucci, Geechi. Watched him climb the ladder from Compton street rapper to 3-time champion of the year. I watched his battles. I've laughed at his every fucking bar, slogans, you know what I'm saying? No, I genuinely respected the hustle. But like I said, when I saw the body camera footage from the Westchester, Ohio Police Department, like, I got a question. My question still remains. Why is the West Coast one of the West Coast kings or the West Coast king of battle rap in Butler County? Oh man, Nutty Block from Compton, man. West Side. Gotti, like, how did you end up in a high-speed foot chase through, you ain't even the suburb. Your ass is like on the interstate, like on an exit in Cincinnati. With your pants sagging. Couldn't even get them up to, beat. Tight ass designer jeans, man. It's wild because like I told y'all, I watched that video breaking down how battle rappers cap about their earnings and all that shit. The narrative. I'm making 6 figures per battle. I'm rich. I'm a mogul. That Hitman Holler shit. And with some niggas, I believed it. like I said, I looked at Geechi and I thought the man was good. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the URL shit. He got his Riot Hub, all that bullshit or whatever. The CEO, the little bundle shit. You know what I mean? Really thought, rap slowed down. Like I said, drop a Valentine's bundle special. You know what I'm saying? He'd be straight. Apparently, the bundles he was moving wasn't 22-inch, virgin Peruvian. They were the pharmaceutical kind. Now, according to reports, further reports, that tense body cam footage wasn't just a bad luck traffic stop. Detective Kevin Berger, oh yeah, I bet you we caught a lot of people on different types of beefs. Drug beef. He said police had eyes on these niggas since they touched down at CBG Airport on February 5th. The Westchester police stopped their rental car on I-75. What did they find? Like I told y'all, 3,000 pills. Now, I thought it was just, the oxys and shit like that. But niggas had oxy, they had morphine, and Vicodins. So the stolen good came from the medicine shop in Bellevue. Cash allegedly taken from another pharmacy robbery in Perrysburg. And the best or worst part, when the cop closed in, like we saw, they didn't just sit there. The report says Geechi and the three other niggas, Tyrus Crew, Anthony Ellison, and Laquan Miller. Yeah, they tried to flee the scene, but their pants were too tight and too low, I guess. Imagine being a Westchester cop, though, probably expecting a quiet shift, and you end up in a standoff with one of the faces of battle rap shouting, "Get down on the ground right now, I'll shoot you." That's a Your Honor bar if I've ever heard one. Now here's the dark part. The police are saying this looks like a professional operation and they do this quite often. Geechi, my nigga, 3,000 pills. Gonna be hard to sell that one as a mistake. Depending on how the sophistication of your criminality, some might call that a full-blown heist. I mean, you flew all the way across and wondering if the feds are going to try to pick it up, considering y'all came from someplace else to do that shit, with the intent to do that shit. This isn't, like I said, this isn't like, like the equivalent of method acting for a movie for battle rappers. We out here debating if, his real talk rounds are better than his punchline rounds. And he out here allegedly hitting pharmacies in the Midwest like it's a GTA heist mission. And honestly, like I said, I fuck with Geechi, so I'm kind of sick about it, honestly. Jad the rapper says she's sick about it too. And I agree. And see, per that video, if one of the top guys in the sport, the one we all pointed to as the success story, is out here risking decades in the Ohio prison for some oxy and Vicodin, then like I said yesterday, the battle rap economy isn't just inflated, it's flatlined. Now the case has been bound over to a grand jury. That means the first lady of EFB might be visiting a glass window in Butler County for a while. Free Geechi, man, like I said yesterday. But man, like next time you need to make a move in Ohio, nigga, just stick to the hair bundle. Nobody gets tackled by a K9 unit for selling high quality lace fronts, money. What y'all think? Is this the end for Geechi Gotti? This is robbery. This ain't just on no drug dealing shit. This is robbery. Is this the end of the era? Or is it just another day in the life for a Nutty Block Crip that just so happens to be the face of battle rap, at least on the West Coast? Let me know in the comments, man. You know what I'm saying? What y'all thoughts? Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell. That's how I spill on the Geechi Gotti heist. Allegedly. 3,000 pills, surveillance, and a high-speed chase. Mafia Material Mobcast, episode 75. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Stop playing with these niggas.
No job turkeys on the gravy train. Show my youngest how to drill like a major pain. Type to fail recess cause I ain't playing games. Fuck around and kill your favorite rapper like I'm Baby Lane. Should be sponsored by Gillette the way I'm shaving cane. Fuck 9 months, made one call and the baby came. I was trying to be the old me while I was making change. Nigga live twice, third time I can stay the same. Niggas only love you when you doing for them. Learned that when government put me in that uniform. Bitch asked me for some paper, keep it moving on. I'm thinking I was going for it, must believe in unicorns. Fuck that little time wasn't nothing to me. Shit, I got another 6 months run up in me. Far as rapid dissing, yeah, that shit is funny to me. I just want for them to be them killers when they run into me. How I deal with a problem, leave them unsolved. A trick a rapper off the streets like a gun charge. You try to play me like a pussy, I'm a slum dog. Rearrange the crib, back door, I'm in his front yard. Got the low from your whole course, back from Fendi. Man, she dropped the Addy faster than her Savage Fenty. Should've kept that to myself like I was acting stingy. Riding dirty back when Pimp C was still crashing Bentley. Take your main squeeze, treat it like a side joint. And put a nigga in a jam like a high point. In the shooting gallery until it's all gone. Flipping quarters of the eighth, nigga call it dog coin. If the shit can take a 2, then I'ma make it killing. I chop it up and reproduce like a plagiarism. Like that nigga ruling, finna stop playing with him. These niggas violate the rules, I ain't playing with them. Light. Wake up, nigga. Yeah. Know what we on. My way, the God way.
Now available from G-Unit Toys, as seen on the hit series BMF on Stars. New Pac, Not Sure. Package includes
No job
Blended Baby and Will Smith's Envy.
How to drill like a major pain. Type to fail reset cause I ain't playing games. Fuck around the
Thug Life Sticker Tattoo.
Should be sponsored by Gillette the way I'm shaving cane. Fuck 9 months, made one call.
One size fits all tie bandana.
Old me while I was making change. Nigga live twice, third time I can stay the same. Niggas only like
Black Panther rhetoric, sexual assault charges, and Jada Pinkett lies sold separately.
Bitch asked me for some paper, keep it moving on. I'm thinking I was going
Order yours today at Temu, Wish, and all other places where cheap products are sold.
a problem, leave them unsolved. A trick of rap off the
Yeah. We back. Mafia Material Mobcast episode 75. And just played Baby Lane, just played my new Pac, Not Sure joint, because today, 30 years ago, All Eyes on Me dropped. Yeah, 30 years of All Eyes on Me. The fraudulent legend of Tupac. You know, because that song, Who's Baby Lane, had all the Tupac fans trying to, come for my head, telling me how gangster Pac was and he would have split my wig and all this other shit. So I had to remind niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I had to let a nigga know. And so I'm scrolling, I'm, putting my stories together today. And that's it. You know? So today on February, today's February 13th, 2026, Friday the 13th. Exactly 30 years ago today, Death Row Records dropped All Eyes on Me. The world calls it a masterpiece. They call it, the magnum opus of a street revolutionary. But here at the Mobcast, we don't do the world narratives. We do facts. And the fact is, Tupac Shakur, or the Tupac Shakur people worship today, is really just a manufactured image, man. A product created with the same top-down precision that the NBA used to build the legacy of niggas, like LeBron James, as we were talking about before. But today we're going to peel back the sticker. We're talking about the false claiming of a gang, during a war. The truth behind the Atlanta shooting and why. As an MC, Tupac might just be the most overrated artist in the history of the culture. At least one of them, for sure. Top 5 overrated, for sure. Top 3. Know what I'm saying? See, people hate when I say this, but Pac was a project. And I kind of just started thinking about it when I saw this, and I was actually editing the LeBron James story and said, and I was like, yo, think about it think about LeBron James. By the time he was 16, the machine decided he was gonna be like the one to build, the narrative behind. They marketed the legacy, and the public just swallowed it all up. Tupac was no different. You're talking about a kid from Baltimore School for the Arts, a theater student, digital background, backup dancer. Then suddenly he's the face of West Coast hip hop. The nigga from the Bay. That's not evolution, my nigga. That's a role. Maybe, sometimes I feel like Death Row needed a flagship, like crash dummy to move units, and Pac was the perfect actor for the script. He didn't just join, the culture. He was cast in it like a real role. Even like, down to the Atlanta hero myth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the street cred pillars. Everyone points out the October 1993 incident in Atlanta. The story you hear is Pac saw two crooked cops harassing a black man, and he jumped out like a revolutionary to save the day. Yeah, nigga thought he was the real Black Panther, straight out of Wakanda, until he tried to be straight out of Compton. And every time y'all bring that up, man, I always just gotta say, man, stop the cat. The reality, it was a chaotic traffic dispute with two drunk dudes in plain clothes. They were actually with their wives and shit like that. Pac didn't even know that they were police until he was in the precinct. And he fired in self-defense during the street scuffle, period. That's it. But the machine took that incident and they polished it into a revolutionary versus the state narrative to sell records. He wasn't hunting the system. He was just in a bad spot that his PR turned into gold. And the fact that the guns were stolen by the police, that the police had while they were on duty, because those guns were stolen, was really how he got out from under all of that. Now, the fatal mistake and the false claiming is another thing I'll be pointing out to niggas. See, this is where the manufactured image turned deadly. September 7th, 1996, we all remember the day. The MGM Grand, Pac attacked Orlando Anderson, aka Baby Lane. Why? Because Trayvon Lane, a real mob pyro, told him Anderson tried to snatch a chain months prior. Well, not try, he did take that shit. Pac jumped into a war between the mob pyros and the Southside Crip that really had nothing to do with him. Despite what everybody's saying about Diddy's tie to the Southside, and that was really through Von Zip. But he basically died. He essentially, died, false claiming a set that he wasn't from, trying to prove he was more death row than the guys who actually grew up in Compton. That wasn't thug life, my nigga. That was a man overplaying a character and getting caught in the crossfire of a real gang conflict that he clearly didn't understand. He clearly didn't understand who the fuck Orlando was. But before that, he had the this is like, on the subject of All Eyes on Me, today being the 30th anniversary, it's a lot of artistic, it's a lot of credit. I be feeling like, there's a lot of fraudulent artistry and that shit. Like 30 years later, people call Eyes on Me, All Eyes on Me a classic. I call it a Death Row compilation. It's a classic project because it's a dope project. Like, you know, it sounds good for the most part. But it's really a Death Row compilation that Pac just happened to be on. Almost like the way they put together Easy Does It, NWA, like essentially that was an entire NWA album, but it was Easy's album. As an MC, I feel like Pac is grossly overrated. His technical skill, his technical skill, his pocket, his lyricism, it doesn't touch the greats, especially like, you know, they be comparing them to Biggie, like not even fucking close. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that shit or whatever, he get that credit because of the amount, the quality, the quantity, as opposed to the quality. And here's the kicker: his best work is on this album, or at least the best work on the album wasn't even meant for him. Look at tracks like "Can't See Me," or the Dr. Dre track meant for Snoop. I Got My Mind Made Up. That was a Dad Dillinger beat featuring Redman and Method Man that was already, you know, in the chamber. So the record was already put together. He just had to come and do the verse. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite joints on the project is the one where I was already a fan of the original artist that it was intended for. Pac just jumped on the moving train and took the credit. Much like how, you know, a lot of people credit Dre with the production on All Eyes on Me, but Daz was really like one of the main architects of that shit. Yeah, see, without the Death Row Hit Factory and their pre-existing record, this double album would have been, you know, a bloated mess if it would have been a double album at all. So, you know, happy 30th anniversary to All Eyes on Me. It's a great marketing tool. It's a great soundtrack to a movie about a thug that never really existed. But if you're looking for the truth, you gotta look past the posters. Tupac Shakur was a talented actor who died for a brand he didn't own, a lifestyle that he adopted late in the game. And yeah, that's my perspective. That's the Mafia material perspective. Hit the comments and tell me if y'all think I'm wrong, man. Tell me why you're still buying into the myth after 30 years and shit. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, man. Smash that notification bell if you're really mobbing with the content. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is going to be our spill. 30 years of All Eyes on Me, the fraudulent legend of Tupac. I know they ain't gonna like this. But yeah, Money Jane. He was Yeah, he was an art student. He went to the same high school as Jada Pinkett. That's how they knew each other. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Like I said, that's our spill on the Tupac shit. Happy 30th anniversary, I guess. All eyes on me. The Mafia Material Mobcast, episode 75. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take another commercial break. And we'll be right back after this.
Daylight, mobbing on earth, boy, and we for life. Hey, this the part where I separate the king from the pawns. Chestnut checkers, nigga. Let's do it. We rolling. Look, I ain't trying to be friendly with niggas in the league bit, cause I seen friends do some shit to friends in the street shit. Around here, cocaine only thing getting ether. It's a cold world, but I'll draw heat before I delete it. The plot thickens like fake rollies, the block ticking. Cook my youngins only shoot for the bucks, I'm Doc Rivers. You know the drill, 2-man squad in a hot Civic. Just us, ride around with a judge full of cop killers. In the cut like bastardration, I'm clutching like Pappy Mason. Assaults and circumstances, all of them aggravated. I smoke when I'm agitated, so I ain't been spazzing lately. Got that 9 with that Eminem feature, who acting shady? It's hurtful when the people you love don't truly fuck with you, nobody. But what's up with that bud? No really hug with you. I'm with all the smoke, they finna cough up a lung or two. I'm in these streets comfortably, I done made it uncomfortable. Rap game, I'm Pornhub, what the fuck is it coming to? Rapid wit is all them Diddy party they been running to. Brick wall, I ain't the problem you wanna run into. You gon' be a different kind of grounded when I punish you. You don't want your whole stomping ground swept from under you. Leave that little ride home and bring a bigger gun with you. Hard heart, wouldn't spare you bitches if I wanted to. Some niggas only learn under the heat like it's summer school. Told them first time, don't make me say this shit again. If you listening before you try me, pussy, play this shit again. My weapon refused to grow up, gotta raise this shit again. I'm the motherfucking piper, time to pay this shit again. I'm outside, I ain't never hide, sucker, bring it on. This is chestnut checkers, separate the king from pawn. Short stopping niggas action cause we never got along. The booty been getting fat while I starve and not for long. Long, nigga.
Yeah, we back. Mafia Material Mobcast, episode 75. It's your boy Daylight, man. Daylight TV. Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell if you're really mobbing with the content. Before we slide, I want to give y'all some game, man. Since we was talking about the fake Machiavelli, I wanted to give y'all some real Machiavellian game, man. On the lonely road to riches, the myth about needing support. I'm finna debunk this shit for y'all, man. Maybe give y'all a little perspective on why I be moving the way I be moving sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know, it's cold, you know. There's a moment, and if you're lucky, you know, it's gonna hit you like a bucket of ice cold water, my nigga. In the middle of a Staten Island winter. Yeah, surrounded by water. If you know about that wind chill, you know. I tell y'all what, man. Take a look at your phone. Take a look at the room that you're sitting in. And you realize nobody coming, bro. No label dropping a bag in your lap. no day ones or putting in the work for your vision. No one's gonna save you from the struggle. For most people, that realization is where they fold. They start crying about the system and the Illuminati, or how nobody showed them love. But for us, for the ones with that, mafia material mindset, because, we understand that mafia is not a thing, it's a process. You're supposed to trust the process. So this isn't a tragedy to us when we realize that. It's really like a baptism. You know what I'm saying? It's really escaping from the trap of support. Society sells you this lie that you need a team or support to win. That shit really like some poison shit. Like the real Machiavelli knew that shit 500 years ago. That was some bullshit. And we know it now. See a wise leader, a boss, king, however you fancy yourself, they rely on what they can control, not the goodwill of others. When you ask for for support, you're really entering a debt relationship. You're giving away, pieces of the crown, pieces of the bag, the empire, before you've even, built the castle. If they help you climb, they can yank your ass back down. If they invest in you, they own a piece of, your creation. Zero support, sometimes it just means like you are your own master. And it allows you to kind of become, pull that disappearing act, get ghost on niggas. Yeah. James and Tariq, nigga. When it's time to go in the ghost phase, man, like no more posting, big thing coming soon on the gram, and no more explaining your vision to the homies with small horizons, especially. Silence is power. That's why, like, when I came home from prison in 2018, and niggas is like, yo, what's the plan? The plan is to keep these niggas and bitches out of my business. The only time they've been in my business is when I wanted my business known, because I was promoting my business. When you trap that ambition inside your chest without, talking that shit away, it builds up like steam in a boiler. It becomes the physical energy and shit that keeps you in the studio, nigga, at 3 a.m., keeps you up editing and shit, keeps you working out a little harder and shit like that or whatever. Grinding while the rest of the world is sleeping. Yeah, let them niggas wonder where you went. Let them think you fell off. Their confusion is the proof that you actually working. So they know you doing something. what I'm saying? One of those things that you should be doing is planning or having a funeral for your old self. Yeah, you got to hold a funeral for the version of yourself that needed a cheering section. Yeah, that nigga got to go. You got to be your own father, your own provider, your own drill sergeant, your own personal trainer. You know, you wake up, you look in that mirror and shit, and you tell, you know, the weak part of your brain, nigga, shut the fuck up. Stop being a bitch. We got shit to do. You know, you gotta weaponize, you know, all the dark energy that you gonna feel like, you know what I'm saying, when the world tells you envy and aggression are sins in the streets. And to some degree, they could be, you know, hindrance for sure if you let that shit consume you. But sometimes that shit can be fuel if you channel it right. It ain't just one-sided. Use the spite, nigga. Use the rejection. Every text message that went unanswered. Like I was talking about with these gatekeepers and shit. Seize the moment, my nigga, because you in control. Every person who smirked at your dreams and shit, you know, that little sarcastic shit, like, yeah, put that shit all in the furnace, nigga. Let that shit build that fire in you, bro. Cause you're not the one who failed because nobody helped you, nigga. You're the one who succeeded because no one could interfere. Nobody was in your way. And the result of that shit is undeniable sovereignty, nigga. See, that's why like I kind of fell back from going to network events because I started realizing, even though I wasn't even there on no begging shit, but it's like the perception is that these goofy ass niggas think that somebody trying to beg for a seat at their table. And I'm just like, nigga, fuck it. I'm gonna build a table or whatever on the home front. Like I already got a table to eat on. When you build that table, everybody don't deserve to see how you set that table. Some niggas you gotta feed on the porch, if you feed them at all. So yeah, stay home and build your own table, man. Build a skill set, you know what I mean? Like, build a skill set like so lethal, bro. A brand so sharp. And a catalog if you want music shit, you know what I mean? Or just content in general. That's so deep. You know what I mean? You really like one of them magnetic, charismatic niggas they be talking about. And when you finally win, you know, everybody gonna come and say, oh, I always knew you had it. Yeah, my partner. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. You know, niggas start doing that French shit, all that we shit. Who's we, nigga? See, some of y'all will smile and be polite about that shit or whatever. And I was trying to do that shit for a little minute. But fuck all that high road shit. Cause y'all can take it how y'all want, but I ain't never gonna forget, you know, that when that room was empty, the only hand that was clapping was mine, nigga. And I'm good with that. Because my applause, the only motherfucking applause that matters. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just had to, like, you know, have to really put that shit out there, man, because I be feeling like a lot of times I show support, I show love to certain people, and motherfuckers, I don't know if niggas be thinking like I'm doing this shit because I need something in return. Nah, bro, that's just me trying to be on some humble shit. That's also me knowing that I'm just dope as fuck, so it doesn't matter if I support you or not support you because you winning ain't gonna stop shit for me. That all. So, yeah, man, you know. And then the thing about it is, bro, it be support out there. It's just that the support don't come from where you think or where you anticipate that it's supposed to come from. Focus on the people who actually give a fuck, who actually fuck with what you're doing, dog. Because them other people, they gonna catch up later. I got a whole bunch of family members that probably don't even know just how many projects I got out and how much shit that I've done over the course of nearly 20 years. You know? But yeah, that's just my spill, little Machiavellian street corner, good game for y'all, man. Lonely road to riches. The myth about needing support get debunked. Right here on the Mafia Material Mobcast, episode 75, Friday the 13th edition. But yeah, that's gonna be our show for today. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell if you're really mobbing with the content. And as always, stay dangerous so you can be safe. If not,
You motherfuckers is dead, nigga!
it's your boy Daylight, man, Daylight TV. Y'all have a safe weekend. I'm out of here.